In the mid-18th century, the 13 American colonies were proud subjects of the British Crown. They traded under Britain's protection, lived by British law, and shared a sense of loyalty to the king. But beneath that loyalty, tensions brewed. Taxes were imposed without their consent, the Stamp Act, the Townshend duties, the Tea Act. To the colonists, it was tyranny disguised as law. No taxation without representation became their cry, and in Boston, defiance turned to fire. On a cold December night in 1773, a group of colonists disguised as Mohawk warriors boarded British ships. With axes in hands, they hurled crates of tea into the harbor. Saltwater turned bitter with rebellion. This was the Boston Tea Party, and it shocked the world. Britain answered with punishment, tightening its grip. The colonies, instead of breaking, drew closer together. By April 1775, rebellion exploded into war. At Lexington and Concord, muskets roared. Smoke drifted over fields where farmers had stood, against the world's mightiest empire. No one knew who fired the first shot, but it became known as the shot heard round the world. The revolution had begun. A year later, in Philadelphia, words became weapons. Inside Independence Hall, men like Jefferson, Adams, and Franklin drafted a bold declaration. All men are created equal, it proclaimed. On July 4, 1776, America declared its independence. Though victory was far from certain, George Washington, commander of the Continental Army, faced defeat after defeat. His soldiers froze at Valley Forge, their bellies empty, their boots worn to rags. Yet Washington never abandoned hope. On a frigid night in December 1776, he led his men across the icy Delaware River. Against all odds, they struck a surprise victory at Trenton. The Revolution still had life. In 1777, fortune shifted. At Saratoga, American forces won a decisive victory, convincing France to join their cause. With French ships and soldiers, the Revolution gained the strength it desperately needed. The final act came in 1781 at Yorktown. Cannons thundered, smoke filled the air, and British General Cornwallis surrendered. A stunned world watched as Britain's empire lost its jewel. America had won its freedom. Yet the Revolution was more than muskets and treaties. It was the birth of an idea that ordinary people could challenge kings and empires and win. From Boston's harbor to the fields of Yorktown, the dream of liberty spread beyond America, inspiring revolutions in France, in Haiti, and across the globe. The American Revolution was not only the birth of a nation, but the spark of a new age. From the cry of farmers in Concord to the ringing words of Jefferson in Philadelphia, it carried a message that would outlive kings, wars, and empires. The belief that freedom belongs to the people. If you love the untold stories of history, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more royal secrets and forgotten truths await in the next story.